let's talk about an ingredient you almost definitely have in your kitchen, but probably don't think twice about. Its journey from a simple crop to a pantry staple all over the world is way more fascinating than you might imagine. Okay, so think about it for a second. A soft, fluffy cake, a thick, savory soup, and a super crispy tortilla chip. I mean, they couldn't be more different, right? But believe it or not, they all share a secret ingredient that makes them what they are. And that secret ingredient is corn flour. It's kind of the unsung hero of the kitchen, and its journey from a farm field to your pantry is this incredible story about agriculture, technology, and just how connected our world really is. So, to really understand this whole journey, we've got to start with the basics. What exactly is corn flour, and what makes it so darn special? Here's the most important thing you need to know about corn flour. It's made from the entire maize kernel. And that's a huge deal because it means you're getting all the good stuff. We're talking the fiber, the protein, the vitamins. It's so much more wholesome than people give it credit for. And this right here settles a classic kitchen debate. Corn flour and cornstarch are absolutely not the same thing. Because corn flour comes from the whole kernel, it gets that nice yellowish color and has more nutritional value. Cornstarch, on the other hand, is just the starchy part. That's why it's that super fine white powder that's mainly used to thicken things up. And this versatility is why it's everywhere. You know, it can thicken your soup, give a cake a really soft texture, and it's the key to that perfect crunch in a tortilla chip. Plus, because it's naturally gluten-free, its popularity has just exploded in the last few years. All right, let's zoom out from the kitchen and look at the big picture. How did this humble flour become such a massive global product? Well, a big part of that story is how India became a major player in this market.
You know, corn isn't some new thing in India. It's been a core part of their agriculture for centuries. That long history has built up this deep well of farming know-how and a huge capacity for production, which really set the stage for India to become a global leader.
But history by itself isn't enough. The real game changer was when India combined all that farming strength with cutting-edge milling technology and really strict quality control. That combination is what ensures their corn flour is safe, pure, and meets all the tough standards that international buyers demand. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like on the ground? Let's zoom in on one of India's top manufacturers, Shree Salasar Balaji Enterprise. You might see them called SSBE Export, to see exactly how it's done. This mission statement pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the modern food industry. It's not just about making a product anymore. It's about guaranteeing quality, keeping customers happy, and being able to compete on a global stage all at the same time. So how do they pull that off? Well, it really boils down to 4 key things. They start with the best raw materials from farmers they trust. They use state-of-the-art factories, they get all the important international certifications, and they've built up a massive global distribution network. The whole process kicks off with really careful selection of the maize. Then it goes to these high-tech, super efficient mills. And here's the crucial part. Every single batch gets tested for everything: purity, texture, nutrition. Finally, it gets packaged up exactly how the global clients need it, whether that's in small bags or giant bulk containers. Okay, so you've got this perfect, high-quality flour sitting in a factory in India. How in the world does it get to kitchens and other factories all around the globe? That, my friends, requires a pretty complex dance of logistics and international trade. And SSBE Export's global footprint is seriously impressive. They've built a distribution network that reaches buyers all across Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. It just goes to show how vital Indian corn flour has become to the global food supply. Now, you might think importing a food product is going to be this huge, complicated headache, right? All that paperwork? Well, companies like SSBE have made it surprisingly simple. It's really just a 4-step process. You go from a quick online inquiry to tracking the shipment right to your door, and they handle all the complex stuff for you. So this entire global journey, from the farm to the factory to a shipping container sailing across the ocean, it all ultimately ends up in a very familiar place: your kitchen. So the next time you thicken a sauce or bite into a corn chip, just remember you're not just tasting an ingredient. You're actually experiencing the final product of this huge, interconnected system that links farmers, scientists, and logistics experts from totally different sides of the world. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. And a world that can feel pretty divided sometimes, the journey of something as simple as corn flour shows us just how deeply connected we all are through the food we share.